Huh? For you?
I will feel like.
Oh, you can use your own paint, of course. Yeah. Thank you. That's a top seller here.
She probably has her own, you know.
Her own survey. She probably got her own survey.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Here. Again, the name of the driver is Juan. My name is Gustavo. Or Gus. You use Gus. Whoa, 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 whoa. When you finish, you just leave them in the seat. We'll pick them up at the end. Can you do that? Yeah. Here we are. Fíjate. One per person. Vale. And one on one. And just leave them in the seat when you finish. We'll pick them up at the end. Yeah, here we have the convention center itself right in front of us.
Voting starts today.
Espérate, ¿dónde vamos? Adiós, le pasamos ya. It was here. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was to the right. Yeah, okay. And the name of the tour is San Juan Land and you can write down Land and Sea, or San Juan and Sea. Doesn't make any difference. This is part of the parking lot. As you can see to your right, the ceiling, the roof of the parking lot is made out of solar panels, because part of the energy that is used is renewable energy. You know, here in Puerto Rico, every month, an average of 5,000 houses are turning into renewable energy. So people is getting prepared in the event of any hurricane. And of course, there are other hotels under construction. In Puerto Rico, we have 25,000 hotel rooms, but that's not enough. For example, for the convention market, we need more. I mean, in addition to those, we have like 20,000 Airbnbs. So those are helping a lot. But there are more hotels under construction.
That's a simple one.
I have no idea.
Yeah. My friends, here to your left, you're going to see another of the bodies of water that form the San Juan Bay estuary, the Condado Lagoon. Here you won't see any motorboats, and the marine life that we have in this one is much higher than on the other side because of the motorboats. And you can see the Condado. Condado is a neighborhood that began developing in 1900 when two brothers by the name of Hernan and Sostenes Benz came from the Virgin Islands, two very wise businessmen, and they had inherited all this land, and they knew that there was no more space inside the city, the old city, and they decided to construct some infrastructure, a school, a little hospital, and a bridge, and began to sell the lots to people that they knew had enough money to invest. So that's how it all began. And today is one of the most upscale neighborhoods of the San Juan metropolitan area. The Benz brothers, they were the ones that founded ITT, the multinational company of the 20th century. They founded the Puerto Rico telephone company. They founded the Cuba telephone company. They were presidents of the Chamber of Commerce in Puerto Rico. I mean, they did a lot of things here. And we're going to go directly to El Condado, and then we'll go back to the in our way to the ship. Well, we're going to see also a couple of things here. To your left, you are going to see part of a beautiful mosaic that was dedicated to our endemic birds. It's called Endemic Flight, and they have recreated birds that you can only find them here in Puerto Rico. No other place in the world. You have the La Reinita is the name of the middle one. It's like Little Queen, La Reinita, and the first one over there, the little one with the red and the green, that's San Pedrito, Saint Little Peter. The bird is like my finger in size, and it's a beautiful one. And there's one part here on this side, and there's another one on the other side with more birds, endemic birds. The artist's name is Roberto Biaggi, and he has done and is doing many of those all around the city. So he's making a lot of money with that. But he's very good, extremely good. Probably the best one we have here in Puerto Rico. And in the bridge, when we go under the bridge, you're going to see on both sides another painting. That's our indigenous people, the Taínos, playing a game called the Batu, B-A-T-U. The Batu was a game very similar to soccer. It was played with a ball that was made with roots and resin. And they would play for fun, but they would also play it when a big decision had to be taken in the community. They would play the Batu, and the team that would won the tournament or the game, that would be the decision that would be implemented. So it was also important for the well functioning of the community. We're going to take in a few seconds the Ashford Avenue, which is the main avenue here in El Condado. It's called the Ashford Avenue in honor to Dr. Bailey K. Ashford. And Dr. Bailey K. Ashford was the doctor that was in charge of the troops in 1898 when the Spanish-American War took place. He stayed in Puerto Rico. He married a Puerto Rican lady, and he spent the rest of his life here in Puerto Rico. He began doing studies regarding the health of the people of Puerto Rico because he was noticing, particularly in the people in the countryside, some signs that he didn't like. And he began to do research and studies and investigations, and he discovered a disease called anemia and how to treat it. And during his life, he saved more than 300,000 people of dying from anemia. There were a lot of Puerto Ricans dying from anemia on those days. People were saying, no, those people are lazy, because they noticed that they were not, performing at the level they expected. And when they investigated, it was not that they were lazy; they were sick. They had anemia, and it was a big moment for for the health here in Puerto Rico and the health in the whole nation. So, in his honor, this street was named Dr. Bailey K. Ashford Street. He founded the first medicine school here in Puerto Rico, and the only one in the Americas specializing in tropical diseases. And here to your left, you're gonna see the tallest, the construction of the tallest tower that we're gonna have here in Puerto Rico. One apartment per floor. The Vanderbilt residences. One apartment per floor, beginning in 6 million. And the top ones are going to be 60 million. Location. Here we have another one. You know, this is a waterfront neighborhood, so the view is important. This one is called the Icon. And to your left, another iconic property. One of the iconic properties in San Juan. It's called La Concha Hotel. La Concha meaning the shell. 800 rooms. It was constructed in 1958. And if you're planning to come to Puerto Rico, this is a very good option. The shell, La Concha. The main restaurant is in the shape of a shell. And a few moments ago we saw the convention center, and this place that we have to the right, this open space, used to be the place where the old convention center was, right here. And late in the 1990s, it was demolished, and a group of investors was trying to construct a big hotel, luxury hotel here, but the community opposed. Because they were saying that if something like that would be constructed here, they would lose the connection with the sea. So they went to court, and the court decided in their favor, and the hotel was not constructed. Instead, this window to the sea, that's the name of the place, window to the sea, was constructed. And here they have the chance to enjoy festivals that are celebrated here, very important jazz festivals, for free. They just have to bring their share and sit down and spend the time there. And yeah, it also has a nice entrance to the Condado Beach. It's not the best beach in Puerto Rico, in the area, because it's good for surfing, but for swimming, you have to be very careful. And to your right after the SDK Steakhouse, which is a nice one also, we have the Vanderbilt Hotel. This was the first hotel that was constructed in Puerto Rico, right here. This was the summer home of Frederick Vanderbilt, the grandson of Cornelius Vanderbilt, the railroad tycoon. And one day, the Benz brothers talked to him and then tell him, hey, Frederick, you should do a hotel there. There's a lot of potential, and you know, the rest is history. He was convinced, and he did it. And today we have this beautiful hotel, 5 stars, and one of the finest hotels in the metropolitan area, the Vanderbilt Hotel. To the left, another window to the lagoon, another view of the Condado Lagoon. Voy a parar en la casita abandonada. No pararme, sino pasar más lento en esta casita próxima que viene a mano izquierda. In a few moments, my friends, my sailors, we're going to see a little house that looks like abandoned. But it looks like abandoned, but it's not abandoned. They're planning to do a museum there. It's the yellow house that you're going to see to your left. This was the first house that was constructed here in the Condado area. And it was the house of the Benz brothers. First house, 1909. And you know, they're planning to do like a kind of a museum. Dale, dale que te dejo. Here to your left, you're going to see the Miami building, the orange one or pink one. Nice example of the Art Deco architecture that was so popular during the beginning of the first part of the 20th century. And here we have two hotels, and something sad happened in 1974 when Carl Walenda, the high wire walker, was crossing from this building to this one to the right, and the wind just blew so hard that he fell and he died. It was a very sad day for the Puerto Rican people. Everyone was watching through the TV. So 2 years after that event, his grandson came and did the walking, and her grandma was waiting for him on the other side. He made it. And here we have another iconic property, the Caribe Hilton. The Caribe Hilton was built in 1949, and it was the contract for managing the property was given to Mr. Conrad Hilton. So it was the first Hilton outside continental USA, 1949. And a lot of things has happened there, but one of them, for example, Elizabeth Taylor's first honeymoon was there. She had her first honeymoon there. You know why? Because her first husband's name was Conrad Hilton Jr. So she had a free honeymoon there. And that's the place where the Piña Colada was born. Now, at the Beachcomber bar, right by the pool, by the bartender Ramon Marrero. And the Piña Colada became our official national drink in 1974. And it's a drink that has gone viral. You know, all around the world you can find Piña Colada, and that's the place where it all began. Basic recipe: pineapple juice, coconut cream, ice, and rum. He was using tranquil rum, by the way. And we're gonna see in a few moments another building that has to do with love. Everything here has to do with love, but this one in particular has a special story because it is a building that was a hotel. Was the most exclusive hotel that we had in the 1940s. It was called the Normandy Hotel, and it was the hotel that was used by the elite of San Juan for their gatherings and events, and you know, anything that they were going to celebrate, they will use the Normandy. But the Normandy was constructed in 1942 by Felix Benitez Resach, one of the wealthiest guys at the time. And he decided to construct it in the shape of the real ship, in the real Normandy ship. Why? Because that was the ship where he met his wife, a very renowned French singer by the name of Lucien Dautel. He was so in love with her that he built the building, and it was a love gift for her. You're going to see the shape of the building. And beside the Normandy, you're going to see our first baseball park, 1935, Sixto Escobar. The name is Sixto Escobar, our first world champion in boxing. Today, the Sixto Escobar Stadium is the home of the Puerto Rico Sports Hall of Fame. And let me tell you, in that baseball park, all major MLB legends of the past played there. Just to give you some names: Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, Orlando Cepeda, Willie Mays, Jackie, great Jackie Robinson. They used to come in winter, during the winter, for the winter season, and that way they would keep in shape, you know. Dale más rapidito, que tenemos que ir aquí. Here we have to your left the Supreme Court of Puerto Rico building, at the same level of any Supreme Court in any of the states. And right in front of us, when we take the turn, it's going to be easier to you to see the building in the shape of a ship. It is closed right now. It was closed for a number of years, and it was sold not too long ago to a private investor. And here you have it to your left. You can see the shape of the ship right there. And the baseball stadium right here in 1935. You're gonna see a yellow building to your right, to your left. That's a gunpowder warehouse from the 1700s. Still standing, yeah? And to your right, we have the closest beach to the old city. It's called Escambron. And it has two sides. One side for swimming and the other one for surfing. The one for swimming is right here. There you see a big rock, coral reef rock there that helps, you know, to calm the waters. That's the reason why this side is for swimming and the other one is for surfing. Also, when we pass the traffic light here, you're going to see another beautiful mosaic creation of Roberto Biaggi honoring Doña Fela. Remember Doña Fela? We saw her statue in the Paseo La Princesa. You're going to see a beautiful piece of art honoring her also. Right here, to your left. And that was her face. I mean, it's amazing how exact he was able to replicate her face in mosaic. Yeah, this is very famous for the surfing here. And to your left, you're gonna see our first burger store. This was the first burger store here in Puerto Rico, the Hamburger. Look at the name. 1962. And talking about burgers, let me tell you though, Burger King came a year later. And the date of the inauguration of the first store was there. And the owner of the franchise, Luis Arenas, haven't received the molds for the big buns of the Whopper. So he had a problem. They were telling him, listen, you have to change the date of the inauguration. But he said, no, I'm not going to change the date. I'm going to look for another bun, and we'll go ahead with the one we have here. But the one he found was smaller. So he said, no problem. We're going to change the size of the patty, and we are going to create the Whopper Junior. We're going to name it the Whopper Junior. And it was a complete success. The inauguration went ahead, and it was a success. And today, the Whopper Junior is all around the world. And his name was Luis Arenas, franchise owner. And I also had the privilege to meet him and to play golf with him. Was a great guy. So the Whopper Junior is Puerto Rican. I don't know if I was telling him something about the earthquakes here. Well, 75 miles away, we have a trench, the Puerto Rico Trench. It's where the Caribbean tectonic plate and the North American tectonic plate collide. And there is a depression that is the deepest point of the ocean, of the Atlantic Ocean, and the second deepest point of the planet, right there. 60 miles wide, 1,000 miles long. To your left, the first medicine school One of the founders, Dr. Bailey K. Ashford, 1923. 1923. Sí, un momentito. Dice que no paga. Sí, yo creo. And here we have another view of the Capitol building facing the Atlantic Ocean, and a square called St. John the Baptist Square. Here we have the statue of St. John the Baptist, and let me make something clear. The finger he has up is this one. Yeah, it's not the middle one. Not the middle one. Yeah, and here we have the coat of arms of all the 78 towns that we have here in Puerto Rico, starting with the oldest one, San Juan, and the newest one, the baby in the block, called Florida. It was founded in 1971. So I can give you like 5 minutes, so you can take some pictures if you want. If you want, yeah, we can step out for a moment. If anyone needs help with the camera, I am an expert iPhone picture taker. Yeah, you can put it in. So. We're going to have a closer look of the St. Christopher Castle, the largest fortress ever built by Spain in the New World. We're going to see also a bunker that was constructed for the Second World War by the U.S. Army. And they added a number of things, a number of structures to the forts in order to strengthen them. Observation towers, electricity, bunkers, and the forts were active. In military things until the 1960s, early 1960s. Now to your right, you're going to see at the end of the hallway here, the bunker right there. Today is the visitor center, and you can see the size of the structure. And remember, it was constructed by hand. And now I'm going to ask you something. Here we are at Plaza Colón. We can do an optional stop here for those of you that want to walk around, do some shopping. The boat is right in front of us. From here to the boat, it's about 10 minutes walking. So we can, we're going to stop right there just in case anyone wants to do some walking. This is the Fortaleza Street. I'll tell you. That's the main street of the islet, and it's a straight line that runs from east to west. If you continue walking to the west, you're going to get to the governor's mansion there. So just make sure the time you're walking one way, because that's the same time you're going to take walking back and be on the ship on time. There's any kinds of stores that you're looking for, and they have them there. I got some maps here, just in case. So we got two here. Who else is coming out? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. But be sure you take all your belongings. Remember, you have to walk to the ship. And since I am not going to see you anymore, thank you for your attention. It's been a privilege. The next stop will be the ship, by the way, for those staying here. Creo que la bolsa tú la cogiste. ¿No? Ah, pues entonces dejo esto por aquí en algún lado. Estoy jodiendo. Ah, ya está. Okay. Okay, so back to the ship, my friends. This building, 1913, became the official reception hall of the government. It's beautiful. Today is a place where you can rent, and for private events. Oh, it's a palace inside. The green one that we are going to see now, right here to your left, used to be the YMCA building, the first YMCA building that existed here. Today is the home of the Puerto Rico Olympic Committee. This is the birthplace of basically all organized sports that we have here. Basketball, swimming, you name it.
Think about the tennis ball.
¿En dónde? We have here a view of the other side of the Monument Mile. You can see the little rooster there. The sport here is called the sport of gentlemen because they don't the bets are not written in any place. It's just word. History of Puerto Rico right there, right? The names of the fallen soldiers, Puerto Rican soldiers, right there. Well, my friends, we are here almost at the ship. There's a Walgreens in front, just in case you need something, and a what used to be the CVS, a little bit ahead. Now it's called Farmacia Caridad, Caridad Pharmacy. Oh, they have all kinds of stuff, and you know, we also have the street vendors with a lot of merchandise, souvenirs. And well, on behalf of Juan, our driver, and myself, Gus, we want to thank you again for your letting us sharing this time with you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.